There are days when you wake up with a heaviness in your chest, and you don't even know why. Life isn't exactly bad, but it doesn't feel good either. Your mind is pulled in every direction by pressure, expectations, noise, and things you can't control. You try to stay strong. You try to keep going. But deep down, you're tired. That's where Stoicism enters your life, not as a quick fix, but as a path, a quiet, powerful way of understanding that peace doesn't come from controlling the world around you, but from learning how to respond to it. This philosophy was practiced by people like Marcus Aurelius, a man who ruled an empire, yet spent his life learning how to rule himself. And you can do the same. You don't have to change your life overnight. You just have to change how you live, day by day. 1. Start your morning by separating what you can and cannot control. Imagine waking up, and instead of reaching for your phone, you sit still for a moment. Just a few minutes. Ask yourself, what is actually within my control today? You'll begin to see something powerful. You can't control the weather. You can't control what people think about you. You can't control the past. You can't control everything that happens today. But you can control your response. You can control your attitude. You can control your thoughts. And that's where your real power lies. Most people waste their energy fighting things they can't change. They worry about what hasn't happened, get angry about what already did, and fear things that may never come. A Stoic doesn't do that. They narrow their focus to what they can influence, and in doing so, they become stronger. Not because they control life, but because life no longer controls them. 2. Don't run from difficulty. See it as part of the path. Have you ever asked yourself, why is this happening to me? A bad day, a failure, rejection, pain. The natural reaction is to resist it, avoid it, complain about it. But a Stoic sees things differently. They don't ask, why is this happening to me? They ask, what can I learn from this? It's a small shift in perspective, but it changes everything. Every difficulty is a test. Every challenge is an opportunity. Not to prove something to others, but to understand yourself more deeply. You don't know how strong you are until you're forced to be. You don't know how calm you are until everything around you falls apart. Life doesn't owe you ease, but it always gives you a chance to grow. The question is, will you see it? 3. The pause, the Stoic's hidden weapon. There is a very small moment that shapes so much of your life. The space between emotion and action. When someone says something that hurts you. When anger rises. When disappointment hits. When you feel the urge to react instantly. Most people don't have that space. They react immediately. They say things they regret. They make choices they didn't truly mean. But a Stoic is different. They create a pause. One breath. 1 second of silence. 1 moment to think. And in that moment, they take back control. You can't stop emotions from appearing, but you can choose not to let them control you. The difference between a chaotic life and a peaceful one is often just a few seconds of restraint. 4. Living simply isn't lack, it's enough. The world constantly tells you that you need more. More money. More success. More recognition. More of everything. And slowly, you start to believe it. You compare. You feel like you're not enough. You keep running, without even knowing where you're going. A Stoic sees the world differently. They don't ask, what am I missing? They ask, what do I already have? A body that still works. A place to come home to. A few people who genuinely care. Maybe it's not perfect, but it's real. True wealth isn't about how much you have. It's about how little you need. When you learn what enough feels like, you stop chasing endlessly. And that's when you become free. 5. End your day with honest reflection. Night falls. Everything slows down. That's when you face yourself. Not social media. Not other people. Just you and your thoughts. A Stoic keeps a simple habit. They review their day. Not to judge. Not to punish themselves. But to understand. What did I do well today? Where did I go wrong? What can I do better tomorrow? It's a gentle process, but incredibly powerful. Because if you don't reflect, you won't change. If you're not honest with yourself, you'll stay stuck. Each day is a draft of who you are. And each night is a chance to refine it. Conclusion. The journey of becoming a Stoic. Becoming a Stoic doesn't mean becoming cold. It doesn't mean feeling nothing. It doesn't mean withdrawing from life. In fact, it means living more deeply, understanding more clearly, and mastering yourself more fully. You still feel sadness. You still feel joy. You still experience the full range of being human. But you're no longer controlled by it. You stand firm. In a world that constantly changes, you become the stable point. In pressure, you become calm. In chaos, you become clarity. And the best part is, you don't have to be perfect to begin. You just have to begin. Today. With the smallest things. One controlled thought. One restrained reaction. One lesson learned. Step by step, you'll realize you're no longer the same person. You're stronger. You're calmer. And most importantly, you are in control of yourself. That's not just philosophy. That's freedom.